We live in a scary world today, and while there have always been threats to our health and safety, with the invention of the internet, those threats can now reach us pretty much anywhere we have an internet connection. This sounds scary, and while the threats are real, there are simple things you can do to keep yourself safe. This is called cybersecurity. So what is cybersecurity? In simple terms, cybersecurity is keeping yourself, your devices, and your home network safe from villains and their cyber attacks. Here are a few of the more common threats we're going to go over in this presentation: phishing, ransomware, and social engineering. Let's start with phishing. Remember when fishing meant going out on the boat or at the dock and spending the day at the lake? Well, this isn't that kind of fishing. This phishing is spelled with PH, and its attempts are fake emails, sometimes appearing as though they are coming from a person or company you know. They're oftentimes prompting you for usernames or passwords or even financial information. Next, we have ransomware. For some reason, when I hear the term ransomware, I think of somebody sitting in their basement gluing magazine letters to paper in an attempt to try to scheme money from their victim, promising the return of their family member or a pet. Actually, ransomware isn't really far off from that. Ransomware is malware that locks up your system and holds it hostage. Ransomware on your machine can ultimately travel through the network and lock up every device on your network, and devices on your network can include phones, computers, or any other device that connects to your wireless internet. Finally, we have social engineering. Considering the stuff that's been in the news the past couple of years, a person might think that social engineering might involve Mark Zuckerberg, but it does not. Social engineering is using manipulation tactics to deceive the victim and trick them into sharing confidential information. Well, you know what? Maybe it could involve Mark Zuckerberg. Anyway, this can be done online or in person. This could include someone simply standing behind you to see what your password is as you're typing it in. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the path of attack cyber criminals use for their attacks. Specifically, the one that we're focusing on in this presentation is email. While targeting people through email, the criminal will use any one of the threats listed above by sending you an email to initiate the attack. I will explain how to spot a threat and what to do if you receive one. How to spot an attempt. First, look at the sender's name and email address. Does the email address match the sender's name? If it's not visible, you can hover over the name or click on the name to see the sending address. If you still can't see it, hit reply and see who the message would be going to. Next, does the email look like it's coming from a company? Is the email address linked to a public domain such as Gmail, Yahoo, or Outlook? Most businesses have their own domain. The domain is everything after the @ symbol in an address, so you will rarely see a Gmail, Yahoo, or Outlook domain in a reputable company's email address. One obvious tell of a fake email is spelling. Is the domain of the email address spelled correctly? Are there any other spelling mistakes or obvious grammatical mistakes in the email? What does the salutation of the email look like? If the email is coming from someone in your contact list, is that typically how they would start an email conversation? If the sender the email would appear to be coming from would typically start with, "Hey," and this email is starting with a "dearest," something may be up. Look at any URLs in the body of the email. URLs are web addresses, and they usually start with a www, HTTP, or HTTPS. However, they can sometimes just be an icon or a word that they're asking you to click on. Whatever they're trying to get you to click on, hover over it with your mouse. Where would the URL send you if you clicked on it? Just to be safe and to avoid clicking on it, you can right-click and copy the link and paste it into a notepad document. Is the website a legitimate address? If the email appears to be coming from a company, does the address match the company's website? Is there a sense of urgency in the email? Are they prompting you to react without giving you time to think? Are there any odd attachments, like a .exe file? If so, do not click on them. Are the emails promising something that seems like it's too good to be true? If it seems too good to be true, it usually is. So what do you do if you do spot a phishing attempt or find yourself the target of an attack online? If you're at work, contact IT immediately and let them know by phone or service desk ticket and report the email as a phishing attempt. Never just forward an email to anyone without any explanation in case there are any harmful links. You don't want whatever is in the email to potentially spread. If the email is posing as a legitimate company, contact the company directly by phone or in a separate email to verify that the email was sent by them. In closing, I have one more addition. Do not reply to the email. If you reply to the email and sent them personal information, visit the link displayed here, which I will also put in the comments. This is a website hosted by the Federal Trade Commission. The page will guide you through what to do next to protect yourself. Also, report the incident to your organization's IT team immediately if you shared information that is specific to the company, such as username or password to your computer.